In the heart of Washington, D.C., where power corridors hummed with whispered deals and flashing cameras, Julius Thompson stood frozen outside the ornate doors of Senator Elena Ramirez's fundraising gala. His heart pounded like a war drum as he clutched a crumpled note in his pocket, the words he'd rehearsed 1,000 times threatening to spill out unbidden. But when he locked eyes with Marcus Hale, the senator's charming husband and a rising star in advocacy circles, Julius knew this confession could shatter lives, or forge something unimaginable. Julius had always been the quiet type, a 28-year-old policy analyst at a progressive think tank, buried in reports on LGBTQ rights and social justice. Growing up in a conservative Midwest family, he'd learned early to hide his true self, but D.C. had been his escape, a city where identities could flourish amid the chaos. Yet, nothing prepared him for the day he met Marcus at a panel discussion on marriage equality. Marcus, with his easy smile and sharp intellect, was everything Julius admired. Confident, married to a powerful woman, and openly gay in a world that still scrutinized such unions. Their first conversation was electric. "You make a compelling case for reform," Marcus had said, his dark eyes lingering a beat too long. Julius felt a spark, but dismissed it. Marcus was off-limits, tied to Senator Ramirez, whose re-election campaign hinged on her image as a family-oriented progressive. Still, over months of shared events and late-night policy chats, a bond formed. Julius found himself confiding in Marcus about his struggles. The rejection from his parents when he came out, the loneliness of navigating DC's cutthroat scene. Marcus listened, sharing his own tales of balancing public life with personal authenticity. But tonight, at the gala, Julius couldn't hold back anymore. As guests mingled under crystal chandeliers, he pulled Marcus aside to a quiet balcony overlooking the Potomac. "Marcus, I have to tell you something," Julius began, his voice trembling. "I've fallen for you. Hard. I know you're married, and this is insane, but every time we're together, it feels right." Marcus's face paled, his hand gripping the railing. "Julius, you can't say that.
Elena."
Our life, it's complicated." But in his eyes, Julius saw a flicker, not of anger, but of recognition, a mirror to his own hidden desires. The confession hung in the air like smoke, thick and inescapable. Marcus glanced back at the party, where Senator Ramirez was laughing with donors, her poise unbreakable. He turned to Julius, whispering, "We need to talk." "Not here." They slipped away to a nearby coffee shop, the kind with worn booths and fluorescent lights that stripped away pretenses. Over steaming mugs, Marcus admitted the cracks in his marriage. The constant travel, the political pressures, the way Elena's ambition had eclipsed their intimacy. "I love her, but it's become more partnership than passion," he confessed. Julius's heart ached with guilt, yet soared with hope. Was this the start of something, or the end of everything? As days turned to weeks, their meetings grew clandestine. A stolen lunch in Georgetown, a walk along the National Mall at dusk. Julius wrestled with his conscience. Betraying a woman like Elena felt wrong, especially as she championed causes he believed in. But Marcus's touch, even a brush of hands, ignited feelings he'd long suppressed. Society's gaze loomed large. In a town obsessed with scandals, a gay affair involving a senator's spouse could destroy careers and fuel tabloid frenzy. Julius's friends warned him, "This isn't just love, it's a powder keg." Yet the pull was magnetic. One evening, in a dimly lit bar far from Capitol Hill, Marcus opened up further. "I've always played the perfect husband," he said. "But with you, I feel seen." Julius nodded, sharing his fear of being labeled a homewrecker. Their conversations delved into deeper waters. The hypocrisy of politicians preaching equality while living in glass houses. The societal double standards for gay relationships versus straight ones. Marcus spoke of his immigrant parents' expectations, how coming out had been a battle, and marrying Elena seemed like stability. Now doubt crept in. Tensions escalated when Elena's campaign hit a snag. A conservative opponent leaked old photos of Marcus at Pride events, twisting them into attacks on her family values. Julius watched Marcus defend her on TV, his words polished but his eyes weary. In private, Marcus vented, "It's exhausting, pretending everything's fine." Julius offered comfort, but guilt gnawed at him. Was he selfish for pursuing this? Or was love worth the risk? By the end of that first phase, their secret had woven a fragile web. A late-night text from Marcus. "I can't stop thinking about you," Julius replied, his fingers shaking, knowing they were teetering on the edge. The city buzzed around them, oblivious to the storm brewing in two hearts caught between duty and desire. The secret deepened as autumn leaves blanketed DC streets, mirroring the layers of deception Julius and Marcus built. Their meetings shifted from public spots to hidden corners. A bench in Rock Creek Park, a quiet Airbnb in Virginia. Each encounter peeled back more vulnerabilities, but also amplified the conflicts swirling around them. Julius's work suffered. He stared at his computer screen, drafting policy briefs on anti-discrimination laws, while his mind replayed Marcus's laughter. His roommate, Jamie, noticed the change. "You're glowing but also wrecked." "Spill." Julius hesitated, then confessed partially, "It's someone complicated." Jamie's eyes widened. "Married? Dude, in this town? That's career suicide." The warning echoed societal judgments. Gay men often faced harsher scrutiny for infidelity, painted as promiscuous or unstable in media narratives. Marcus, meanwhile, navigated his dual life with precision. By day, he attended events with Elena, smiling for photos, discussing her bills on healthcare and education. But nights brought texts to Julius, filled with longing. "Today was hell," one read. "Wish I could be honest." Julius replied with empathy, but doubt crept in. Was Marcus using him as an escape, or was this genuine? A turning point came at a holiday party hosted by Elena. Julius attended as a donor, his stomach in knots. Marcus introduced him casually. "This is Julius, from the think tank." Elena shook his hand warmly. "I've heard great things about your work." Her kindness stung. She was no villain, just a driven woman in a demanding world. As the night wore on, Marcus pulled Julius into a hallway. "Seeing you here, it's torture." Their kiss was brief, stolen, but electric, fueling Julius's resolve yet heightening the risk. The next day, rumors surfaced online. Anonymous posts hinting at trouble in paradise for the senator's marriage. Marcus panicked, calling Julius. "We have to be careful. Elena's team is monitoring everything." Julius felt a chill. "Are we worth this?" Marcus paused. "Yes, but it's not just us. It's the fallout." They discussed the broader implications. If exposed, it could undermine Elena's pro-LGBTQ stance, giving ammunition to opponents who claimed such policies led to moral decay. Social conflicts intensified. Julius's family, still estranged, reached out unexpectedly. His sister called. "Mom saw you in a photo with that senator's husband. What's going on?" Julius deflected, but the call unearthed old wounds. His parents' rejection, rooted in religious beliefs clashing with his identity. Marcus shared similar stories. His conservative in-laws tolerated him but whispered judgments. "They love Elena more," he admitted. These revelations bonded them, but also highlighted the chasm society created. One weekend, they escaped to a cabin in the Shenandoah Mountains, a rare bubble of normalcy. Amid hikes and fireside talks, Marcus confessed, "I married Elena thinking it was forever, but feelings change." Julius probed gently, "Do you regret it?" Marcus shook his head. "No, but I regret not exploring who I am." Their discussions turned philosophical, questioning monogamy in gay relationships, the pressure to conform to hetero norms. Julius argued for honesty. "Secrets destroy more than truths." Marcus countered, "In politics, truth is a luxury." Back in DC, reality crashed in. Elena confronted Marcus after finding a vague text. "Who's Julius really?" she demanded. Marcus lied smoothly, "Just a colleague." But the seed of suspicion was planted. Julius, sensing the shift, pushed for clarity. "We can't keep this up forever." Marcus agreed, but fear held him back. Divorce would tank her career and mine. Controversial choices loomed. Julius considered ending it, but a chance encounter with an old flame reminded him of superficial connections. With Marcus, it was depth. Shared dreams of a more inclusive world. Mutual support in facing discrimination. Yet, friends debated. One said, "Love doesn't justify betrayal." Another, "In a flawed system, sometimes you grab happiness where you can." As winter approached, their bond tested limits. A heated argument erupted when Julius suggested coming clean. "Elena's strong. She'd survive." Marcus snapped, "You don't get it. Her opponents are ruthless. They'd use this to attack all of us." The fight ended in tears, reconciliation in embraces, but the rift lingered. Society's expectations weighed heavy. The ideal of the perfect gay couple Elena and Marcus represented, now cracking under personal truths. By mid-story, the secret love had evolved from thrill to burden, forcing both men to confront not just their feelings, but the world's unforgiving lens. Snow blanketed the capital as the new year dawned, mirroring the cold isolation creeping into Julius and Marcus's affair. Their meetings grew infrequent, shadowed by Elena's growing wariness and the relentless campaign trail. Yet, the emotional pull remained, a tether neither could sever without pain. Julius threw himself into activism, organizing rallies against anti-LGBTQ bills in red states. It was there he met Tyler, a fiery activist who flirted openly. "You're passionate," Tyler said, eyes sparkling. Julius smiled but pulled back. His heart belonged elsewhere. Still, the encounter stirred jealousy in Marcus when mentioned. "Is he better for you?" "Uncomplicated," Marcus asked bitterly over a covert call. Julius reassured him, "No one compares," but the exchange highlighted their precariousness. A love built on lies, vulnerable to outsiders. Elena's suspicions peaked during a family dinner. Marcus's phone buzzed with Julius's message. She glimpsed it. "Explain," she demanded later. Marcus downplayed, "Work stuff." But Elena, sharp as ever, hired a private investigator discreetly. Unaware, Marcus confided in Julius. "She's distant. Maybe she knows." Julius's guilt surged. "We have to stop. Or tell her." Marcus wavered, torn between loyalty and longing. Societal clashes amplified. A viral op-ed criticized hypocritical progressives like Elena, whose personal lives allegedly contradicted their platforms. Comments flooded with homophobic vitriol, labeling gay marriages as unstable. Julius read them, anger boiling. "This is what we're up against," he told Marcus. They debated fiercely. Marcus advocated caution. "Change comes slowly." Julius pushed for boldness. "Hiding perpetuates the problem." A dramatic twist unfolded at a black tie event. Julius, invited as a speaker, locked eyes with Marcus across the room. Elena noticed, her smile faltering. Later, she cornered Julius in the lobby. "I see how he looks at you." Julius froze, stammering denials. Elena's eyes softened with hurt. "I fought for rights like ours, but it's personal." She walked away, leaving Julius reeling. That night, Marcus called frantically. "What did you say?" Julius confessed the confrontation. "She knows, Marcus. It's over." But instead of ending, it ignited more drama. Marcus showed up at Julius's apartment, bags in hand. "I left her. Temporarily." Julius's jaw dropped. "What? Why?" Marcus explained. "The lie was killing me. And us." They spent the night talking, emotions raw. Marcus's fear of public backlash. Julius's worry about being seen as the villain. Morning brought reality. Paparazzi hovered outside Elena's home, rumors swirling. The media frenzy erupted. Headlines screamed, "Senator's husband in gay affair scandal." Conservative outlets pounced, using it to bash LGBTQ advancements. "See? Even they can't commit," one pundit sneered. Progressives divided. Some defended privacy, others decried hypocrisy. Julius's think tank placed him on leave. Donors pulled back. Marcus lost speaking gigs, his advocacy work tainted. Friends and family weighed in. Julius's sister called, This is messy, but if it's love. His parents remained silent, deepening his isolation. Marcus's in-laws disowned him verbally, citing cultural shame. Amid the storm, their bond strengthened through shared adversity. Huddled in Julius's small apartment, they planned, "We'll weather this," Marcus said. But doubts lingered. Had their choices fueled anti-gay narratives? Controversial decisions mounted. Elena filed for separation quietly, issuing a statement, "Personal matters shouldn't overshadow policy." Supporters rallied, but opponents gloated. Julius faced online harassment, labeled a predator. He questioned, was confessing worth this pain? Marcus held him. Yes, because now we're free. As spring buds emerged, so did glimmers of hope. They attended therapy, unpacking emotions. Marcus's resentment toward political facades, Julius's fear of abandonment. Discussions turned to broader issues. The double bind for gay men in power, where visibility invites scrutiny. Society demands perfection from us, Julius mused. Marcus agreed. But imperfection is human. Yet, tensions persisted. A former colleague accused Julius of using the affair for clout, sparking debates on ethics in relationships. Marcus defended him publicly for the first time. Love isn't planned. The statement went viral, dividing opinions. Some praised authenticity, others condemned betrayal. By this juncture, their secret had exploded into public spectacle, forcing reckonings not just personal, but societal, as allies and adversaries clashed over what love means in a polarized world. With the scandal in full bloom, Julius and Marcus navigated a minefield of legal and emotional fallout. Elena's team spun the narrative, a mutual parting, focusing on her legislative wins. But whispers persisted, fueling congressional gossip. Marcus moved in with Julius temporarily, their cohabitation a quiet rebellion against the chaos. Daily life became a battleground. Protesters picketed outside Julius's building, signs reading "Homewrecker" and "Defend Marriage." Julius's resolve hardened. He wrote an essay for a progressive outlet, "My Love Isn't Your Scandal." It garnered support from LGBTQ icons, but backlash from traditionalists who argued it eroded family structures. Marcus, jobless now, volunteered at shelters, finding purpose amid ruin. "This is who I am," he told Julius, "not just Elena's husband." Family reconciliations tested them. Julius's parents finally called, his mother's voice tentative. "We saw the news. Are you happy?" Julius choked up. Trying to be. It wasn't full acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Marcus's parents, however, cut ties completely, their conservative values clashing with his choices. "They think I'm a disgrace," he confided, tears flowing. Julius comforted him, but internally questioned if their love justified the familial rifts. High drama peaked at Elena's press conference. Flanked by aides, she addressed the affair. "Betrayal hurts, but I won't let it define me." A reporter pressed, "Does this undermine your LGBTQ advocacy?" Elena paused. Then, "No. Love is complex, but rights are non-negotiable." Her grace won admiration, but privately, she met Marcus for closure. "I loved you," she said, "but you chose him."
Marcus nodded. "I'm sorry."
The meeting, leaked somehow, sparked debates. Was Elena the victim or complicit in a loveless marriage? Julius and Marcus's relationship deepened through trials. Late nights debating. Did we cause more harm than good? Julius argued. Visibility, even messy, pushes progress. Marcus countered. At what cost? Their arguments led to makeups, reinforcing commitment. Yet external pressures mounted, a lawsuit threat from a tabloid for defamation, anonymous threats online. Controversial alliances formed. A conservative commentator invited Marcus on air, probing, "Regret cheating?" Marcus responded, "Regret the pain, not the love." The interview divided viewers. Some saw bravery, others opportunism. Julius faced his own scrutiny at a panel. "How do you reconcile personal ethics with public roles?" He replied, By being human. Applause mixed with boos, encapsulating society's fracture. As summer heat rose, so did resolutions. Marcus found work at a nonprofit, advocating for mental health in LGBTQ communities. Ironic, given his struggles. Julius returned to his think tank, wiser, channeling experiences into policy pushes for privacy rights. Their love, once secret, became open. Hand-holding in public, defying stares. Friends hosted a small gathering, toasting resilience. "You two beat the odds," Jamie said. But shadows lingered. Elena won re-election narrowly, her platform intact but personal life scarred. She reached out to Julius privately. "Take care of him," her words haunted. Forgiveness or warning? Marcus pondered reconciliation, but chose forward. "We're building something real." Social commentary swirled. Podcasts dissected. Is infidelity excusable in oppressed communities? Opinions clashed, yes, due to societal pressures. No, betrayal is universal. Julius and Marcus became unwitting symbols, their story fueling books and articles on modern gay relationships. In quiet moments, they reflected. "Would you do it again?" Julius asked. Marcus smiled. "In a heartbeat." Their bond, forged in fire, felt unbreakable. Yet, the world's judgment loomed, a constant reminder of the price paid. As the narrative crested, their journey from confession to commitment highlighted the raw humanity in love's complexities, challenging norms and inviting scrutiny. Fall returned to D.C., bringing a sense of cyclical renewal as Julius and Marcus marked their first anniversary in the open. No grand gestures, just a quiet dinner, toasts to survival. But beneath the calm, unresolved tensions simmered, testing the longevity of their union. Marcus's career rebounded slowly. He spoke at conferences, sharing lessons from the scandal. "Authenticity saves lives," he'd say, drawing nods from audiences weary of facades. Julius published a book on policy and personal truth, dedicating it to those who dare to love. Sales were modest, but impact profound. Readers wrote letters. "Your story gave me courage." Yet, critics panned it as self-serving, reigniting debates on privilege in gay narratives. Family dynamics evolved unevenly. Julius's parents visited tentatively, conversations awkward but hopeful. "We're trying," his father admitted. Marcus's family remained distant, a wound that festered. "Maybe time heals," Julius encouraged, but Marcus doubted. "Some scars are permanent." These disparities fueled arguments. Julius pushed for outreach, Marcus for boundaries. "Not everyone's redeemable," he snapped once. Reconciliation came through compromise, strengthening their partnership. Societal backlash persisted. A bill Elena championed, expanding LGBTQ protections, faced opposition linking it to moral laxity, citing their affair. Protests erupted, with signs decrying elite hypocrisy. Julius testified before Congress. "Personal failings don't invalidate rights." His words swayed some, but lost others. Marcus watched from home, proud yet anxious. "We're pawns in a bigger game," he mused. A final twist emerged when an old email surfaced. Marcus had confided doubts about his marriage to a friend pre-Julius. Tabloids twisted it. Planned betrayal? Elena responded gracefully in an interview. "We all have journeys." Her poise contrasted the venom, earning her allies. Privately, she and Marcus met for coffee, closure at last. "I forgive you," she said. Marcus teared up. "Thank you." The encounter healed old wounds, allowing forward movement. Julius and Marcus's love matured, grounded in reality. They volunteered together, mentoring young LGBTQ individuals navigating identity. "Love isn't perfect," they'd advise, "but it's worth fighting for." Friends marveled at their resilience, but warned, "Society's not done judging." Indeed, online forums buzzed with polls. Was the affair justified? As years blurred, their story faded from headlines, but lingered in cultural memory. A cautionary tale of passion versus propriety. They bought a home in the suburbs, a symbol of stability. Evenings on the porch, they'd reflect. The confession that started it all. the secrets that bound and broke them. In the end, their journey posed profound questions on love, loyalty, and societal norms. They lived authentically, but at a cost. Lost relationships, tarnished reputations, enduring scrutiny. Was the pursuit of personal happiness worth the collateral damage to others, true or false?